Hello and welcome back to Trigger Happy Havoc.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro.
Really weird and elaborate way to
When
do
they
it,
were
but
done
okay.
with it, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
They should have taken him out the suit.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Where Hifumi brained him to death with the hammer.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Yep.
So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken.
Yep.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds. That the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their
Taka
trap
was already dead.
and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office.
Who then
This
faked
was
the whole thing
exactly what
up.
Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste. And that ridiculous hair. But as I say, if I...
Sorry, you lose.
That's the thing, if I suspected everybody in this game based on how silly their hairstyles are, everybody would be a suspect.
I lost?
Uh-huh.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Yes, thank
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you. trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Diego?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Well, I can sort of respect that, I suppose.
Interesting.
Mostly A's and B's. So, A overall, fabulous. 96 coins, lovely. I'll buy some
Okay,
prezzies.
Monokuma. I'm ready to begin.
You're taking this surprisingly calmly.
No. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What happens if we get down to 3 people, and then one of them kills one of the remaining ones? So there's only 2 people left. So everybody knows who the killer is. Or do they just have to kill both of them? Celeste. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who deceived the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg! Or to be more precise, Takeyo Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Fumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations.
I knew it.
So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. How did you get him to agree? Can't imagine he would have been happily to agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Oh, don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figured it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice, I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning her by name, but was the one thing that Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean? Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What are you talking about?
just a second.
Don't interrupt, we're in the middle of an important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words,
And you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it had disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It is about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay
It
with
was
this?
Taka. He stole it.
So
And I
then,
have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
Ah, so it was him! How did he do it? He was supposed to yell if either of us got closer to her. You are correct. This is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me, he threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
as for me,
He came to my room last night unannounced and... It's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
what?
He took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime! An absolute crime! I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him! I'm gonna fucking kill him!
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands.
Actually,
Takeru's planning to use her to escape. He has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Takeru is going to try and kill you.
indeed.
And all he can do is keep her to himself. That bastard! Bastard!
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with these barbaric acts? Absolutely not! How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
actually,
Then, would you like to join with me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. I devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. In fact, that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain to him about the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that? Assuming that you had actually let him live.
Are you okay with this?
Well, that's simple. After he did his part pretended to be dead once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded, and he was on the verge of death, but he just barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning about what happened to him, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end,
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course. There would have been no point to my plan. The one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
don't be mean!
And now you sound like Byakua.
I wonder about
No.
that.
He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. And in that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? We're talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us. It is a lot of money, it's true. That's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape.
But
All along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it! I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little
I wanted to
bitch.
get out. Every day was a fresh torture. And you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. And accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. The underground world of gambling. I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle? That's creepy and kinda kinky. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers slash bodyguards. I was going to make them dress up like vampires, satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of
This is
decadence.
fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is about! Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but
There is nothing to be done.
fortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream until the very end, so why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavour. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
do you understand?
That's all there is to me. What makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realise you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled. I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. That's why you're not scared.
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me, however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice,
Isn't
then
it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You'd just get executed again. Celeste smiled then. When she did, looked at me like a poor attempt to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings, but that statement in itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, let's get rolling. The black had disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For the ultimate gambler!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this. What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
Let me guess, that's the key to wherever it was she hid the laptop.
Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
Goodbye, Celeste. I almost feel kind of sorry about this. So we're running out of people now. Oh, funky European castle. Well, set of one anyway. The burning of the Versailles Witch. Jesus Christ. You're going as... Oh god, fire. Really? There's ways to go. You're burned at the stake is pretty friggin' nasty. I mean, your best hope is that smoke inhalation gets you before anything else does. Seriously, if you're ever being burned at the stake, breathe deeply. What the hell? Well, that was faster than I was anticipating. That was less disturbing than usual. It's over. Third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were going to pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of
What
here!
I care about hope. I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Bad.
Well, the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. It's my destiny to knock you all down, one by one. It's sad. Yes, it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk to me like you're not responsible. How long are you going to keep us going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give me a rest already. So, anyway. Kyoko, I see you get some kind of key-type object from Celeste.
Hey! Hey!
What's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh!
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh!
Yeah,
How exciting!
I mean, jeez, what do you mean, what did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Yay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time I got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go and enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later!
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Well, it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers. Huh? What? Then that means... Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we'd better check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. And as we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go in alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw out more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Bayakula.
Well then.
And it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? So Makoto and Kyoko are gonna go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Feels like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said, and everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but... Well, can we talk for a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know? That just makes me even more worried.
what?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time. You disappeared, we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind's spy, right? And you too. No. I believe you.
What?
You believe in me. Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, what I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko that I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, it was unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back, she said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet. Could she be right about this? This is the girls' bathroom, obviously I can't go in. See, I have no idea what the symbols mean. Okay. Storage thing way in the back. It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret she told me about, could it really be here? She said it was way in the back. I mean, seriously. Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in, got chunk. At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. I'd fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out, the back wall was like a revolving door and I'd made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor there's a storage closet. And way in the back of that closet there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. What's in here? It's just a normal desk with normal drawers. It's a bunch of files and what looks like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy, Student Registry. This is the only thing here not covered in dust. Someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell from the file and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation, it's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? What the? Did we just get murdered? A strange sound rang through my head. Felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that I opened my eyes. But I don't know how long it had been. Apparently something had hit me, and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. Somebody's cleared out the shelves. An empty bookshelf. Empty. Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even that note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone. What does this mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should just go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought, and I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow, I made it back to the first floors. The further I walked, the more I felt. It was getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. Couldn't stop myself from collapsing. Right there. That to me is an excellent point to end this part. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next.